Yellowstone Trophic Cascade by Raquel Marquez. So in 1930, Yellowstone had all the wolves in the park were gone. They went extinct. So Yellowstone's carrying capacity got pushed to its limit. When people killed off the key species, they did not realize that they would start a trophic cascade that would not only affect that specific area, but it would affect the entire ecosystem of the park. Elk and deer began to over reproduce by eating all the vegetation. And as you can see in the pictures above, you can see the first picture, which is A, which is really pertinent to this slide, that you can see all the vegetation that these deer and elk were eating and the way they changed the flow of the stream. Elks also affect beavers because they graze upon different trees such as young willow, aspen, and cottonwood plants, which are some of the trees, especially willow, that they use in the winter to build their dams. So changes in the river's ecosystem. Since the reintroduction of wolves into Yellowstone Park, the park is finally recuperating from all the damage and grazers caused. With the pressure on elks, they move. They can no longer just sit in one area. They have to constantly move because they know that the predator is after them. So in the first picture, you can really see how they have really changed that area in the ecosystem. There's not as much vegetation. The stream doesn't look as it's like pushing the current really strongly and can cause erosion, and the willows and different trees are not able to grow like they should because the grazers are constantly eating upon them. And as in the second picture, you can see more animals and more vegetation along the stream, and you can just see the way the beavers bring the ecosystem to life. You can also see the fish on the bottom with its young because of the cold water that it brings. So beavers are ecosystem engineers, as we learned in class. Um, they can build dams which change stream hydrology. They were able to change like seasonal runoff, water storage for the water table to recharge it, cold water for fish to reproduce and live. And willows also provide a habitat for not only for the animals in the stream because it's changing the ecosystem in the way it does, but it also has habitat for songbirds. And you can see the way um, the vegetation along the stream is a little different. So wolves also not only help those, but they also help bears, coyotes, and eagles because the animals that they kill, the bears and all these other creatures can eat. And once they come out of hibernation, the bears can eat these animals that are left over. So as we learn, and scientists have learned, that killing off predators is not always the answer because they have an important role in the interactions and exactly what happens to the ecosystem, and killing them off could really hurt the ecosystem rather than help it as we thought.